Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the call this morning? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Padma Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna Vinita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all the assembled devotees. This is Susmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna Shushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Padma Mataji, Vishnu Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisance to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumar Devdasi.
Hare Krishna Krishna Pari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances unto you and all the devotees present here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Ekaradika Lila Devidasi.
Hare Krishna Ekaradika Lila Devidasi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves?
Okay, Mataji, we can start the recording and do the introduction maybe.
Sure, Mataji.
Shri Sham Prabhu, are you ready?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, yes.
Hare. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu Ji for enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, first chapter, verses 4 and 5. Before giving the to Prabhuji, I would like to give it to Sureshwar Prabhuji to give brief introduction about Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please take
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Here is a brief introduction about Prabhuji. His Grace Sukhakara Krishna Prabhuji is a South Indian Brahmin, born in Kerala but currently residing at Chennai after his retirement. He is a commerce graduate from Kolkata University and professionally a chartered accountant as well as a cost and management accountant. Prabhuji started his spiritual life in Mombasa, Kenya in 1989 and met His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. When he got another assignment in Muscat, Oman, he met his Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu took first initiation from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj in 1993 in Sharjah, UAE, In fact, both his wife, Her Grace Sukha Saubhagya Mataji, got initiated and started ISKCON Yatra, Shyam Desh Yatra in Sharjah in 1993 as per the order of Gurudev Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. He and his wife took second initiation, Brahmanical initiation, in 1998, Shyam Desh, Sharjah, UAE. By Guru and Gauranga's mercy, Prabhuji managed to learn 18 languages, 12 Indian and 6 foreign languages, and it is really helping in his Bhakti Viksha preaching. Prabhuji can communicate in Hindi, Bengali, Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, Kannada, Marathi, Gujarati, Oriya, Assami, Bhojpuri, and Punjabi. The foreign languages are English, French, Sri Lankan, Bangladeshi, Swahili, and Kenya Rondon language. All these languages he is using for the worldwide Zoom preaching. Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu delivers almost 3 lectures every day on Zoom, preaching all over the world in different languages for the pleasure of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. His objective is to do Jiva Daya by way of selfless preaching all over the world for the pleasure of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga, and attain the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Madhav in this very life in order to do more pure devotional service uninterruptedly and eternally. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Back to you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept.
Mataji, Prabhuji is not there, so we can continue greeting until Prabhuji comes. Yeah.
Okay,
Or we can
Mataji.
chant.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, anybody who'd like to introduce themselves? Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. And I offer my respectful obeisances to all the devotees on the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jyoti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna Hare. I see Prabhuji on the call, Mataji.
Ram Ram Hare.
Now only he's joining, Mataji.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Did he connect?
What's
He's
called
connecting.
capital D A S. No. So small a, small s. Thus, Hotel Khatima. ওটা কি? ওটা keyword find করলে এখানে আসবে, reflect হবে, then connect করতে তারপর।
How do you mute Mataji?
So it is coming from Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu's microphone only, from Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. We are so grateful for you, Prabhu, in the last minute, and you came and
Please accept mine also.
enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 1st chapter, 4 and 5, 4th and 5th verses, Prabhu. We are so grateful,
Yes.
Prabhu. Even in the last minute, you just were there for us and enlightening on this topic.
Because my Guru Maharaj
Please accept humble obeisances, Prabhu. Please take over the call, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, all Prabhus and Matajis. Am I audible? Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, Prabhu, you're audible, Prabhu, and we are able to see you too.
Yes. Because my iPad is not getting connected. I came to a hotel because we're going to have a program at 6 o'clock. So when Shamagori Mataji says I cannot say no, my Guru Maharaj has told that you should never say no to Bhagavatam class. So till my death, I want to continue. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदा नंदन जय ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदा नंदन जय ब्रज जन रंजन जय यमुना तीरवन चारी जय कुंज बिहारी यमुना तीरवन चारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना तीरवन चारी जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपदा जय जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपदा गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा राधे जय राधा माधव राधे जय राधा रमणा राधा राधे राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय बोलो बरसाना वासी की जय 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 बोलो वृंदावन वासी की जय 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 बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय 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 हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय समवेद भक्तविंद की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय इस्कॉन भक्ति संघ यात्रा की जय निताय गौर शीतनाथ प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल all glories assemblies Hare Krishna all glories assemblies Hare Krishna all glories assemblies Hare Krishna all glories goes to Sri Guru and Guru Prabhupada and Vishnu Guru Maharaj all the Guru Maharaj all the Vargas thank you Hare Krishna. My throat also not well. I'm not prepared, but still I will tell because this is my seva. So we are doing 7th canto, 1st chapter, 4 and 5. So I thank. Sound is coming. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Rishi Ruvacha Sadhu Prishtam Maharaja Hari Charitam Adbhutam Yad Bhagavatam Hatmyam Bhagavad Bhakti Vardhanam Giyate Paramam Punyam Rishibir Naradadibi Natva Krishnaya Muniye Kathayishe Hare Katha. Sri Rishi Uvacha. The sage Sri Sukadev Goswami said, Sadhu, excellent. Prishtam, inquiry. Maharaja, O great king. Hare, of the Supreme Lord. Hari, certain. Hari, Supreme Lord Hari. Charitam, activities. Adbhutam, wonderful. Yat, from which. Bhagavata, of the Lord's devotee Prahalada. Mahatmyam, the glories. Bhagavad Bhakti, devotion to the Lord. Vardhanam, increasing. Giyate is sung. Paramam, foremost. Punyam, pious. Rishibihi, by the sages. Narada Adibihi, headed by Sri Narada Muni. Natva, after offering obeisances. Krishnaya, to Krishna. Dvaipayana Vyasa. Munaye, the great sage. Kathayishe, I shall narrate. Hare, of Hari. Katham, the topics. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The great sage Shukadeva Goswami said, My dear king, you have put before me an excellent question, discourses concerning the activities of the Lord, in which the glories of his devotees are also found, are extremely pleasing to devotees. Such wonderful topics always counteract the miseries of the materialistic way of life. Therefore, great sages like Narada always speak upon Srimad Bhagavatam because it gives one the facility to hear and chant about the wonderful activities of the Lord. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Srila Vyasadeva and then begin describing topics concerning the activities of the Lord. Now, this is a twin verse, 4 and 5. So I will read the purport of the fifth fifth verse. Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. In this verse, Shukadeva Goswami offers his respectful obeisances Krishnaya Munaye, which means to Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. One must first offer one's respectful obeisances to one's spiritual master. Sukadeva Goswami's spiritual master is his father, Vyasadeva. And therefore, he first offers his respectful obeisances to Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa and then begins describing topics of Lord Hari. Whenever there is an opportunity to hear about the transcendental activities of the Lord, we must take it. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends Kirtaniya Sadahari. One should always engage in Krishna Katha by chanting and talking about Krishna and hearing about him. This is the only occupation of a Krishna conscious person. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rubhagamayam Tadati Sapadandikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Uta Patakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sagana Raghunatha Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagan Lalita Sri Vishaka Nitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhe Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karodi vachalam pangum lange tekanamatvam Shri Gurum Dinataranam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Chaitanya Mishram Hari Om Tatsat. Namo Vishwataka Shabda Bhakti Bhaktivedanta Swami. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Chane Nirvishesha Shunani Paschadya. Hare Krishna, Hari Om Tatsat. So I was really wondering what has happened is I'm getting a test in my life. Actually, my godbrother Pankaj Prabhu has come, who is from Bhubaneswar. He joined our ISKCON in Sharjah when we were in Shamadesh. And after so many years, he said there is a good chance for Daityapatik from Jagannath Puri to come. So when his phone came, I got a call from Narayani Mataji from Sheshadripuram that Monday can you give a class. So actually the devotees are there till Monday. So I said I will never say no. And today it was really, I can see the hand of Jagannath that Shamagori Mataji called. And I know that definitely there's some. First I told no, I got today got some program that Mataji was telling. I gone everywhere and all the doors closed. So I thought that Krishna wants me to, because I am nobody. Jiver Swarupa, Krishna Nitya Das, Nitya Krishna Das. So our duty is to just keep doing. And luckily, the lecture is starting only at 6 o'clock, so that I can finish it at 5:50 and actually go. So thank you. And if I have make any mistakes, please pardon me, because it is just, I had just read once only, and I'm just trying to deliver. Thank you very much, Shamagori Mataji, Vinitanga Mataji, Prithvilas Mataji, and all the Matajis, and all the names I'm not able to remember. But I may be drinking little hot water, and please don't feel bad because my throat is not wet. So today we are discussing a topic which is the beginning of the 7th chapter, 7th canto. So what we will do is we'll just have a look at the 6th chapter, 6th canto, last chapter. So we know where we left and where we started. So 6th canto, in the 4th chapter, 14 to 19, this verse, the summarization goes like this. Vritrasura's previous birth as Chitraketu shows his great devotion for Sankarshana. Chitraketu was cursed by Parvati to become an Asura in his next life. By humbly accepting the curse, he reveals a pure devotee's tolerance of everything that happens to him as the Lord's mercy, whether he goes to heaven or hell. This is the takeaway from the last chapter. So the 7th canto started. 7th canto, we are covering Hiranyakashipu, then Varnashrama Dharma, the teachings of Prahlad Maharaja, and about Narasimhadev's incarnation. So the verse 10.1.13 says, Naisati Dutsaha Shun Mam Tyaktodam Api Bhadate Pibantam Twan Mukhamboja Chutam Hari Kathamrtam. Because of my vow on the verge of death, I've given up even drinking water, Parishit Maharaj says. Yet, because I'm drinking the nectar of topics of Krishna, Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalaya, which is flowing from the lotus mouth of your Lordship, telling about Sukadeva Goswami, my hunger and thirst, which are extremely difficult to bear, cannot hinder me. So, actually, Parishit Maharaj is being asked by Sukadeva Goswami, are you feeling hungry? Are you feeling thirsty? Or do you want to take a little break? Like that he's asking. Or that the answer is giving. Though I'm not drinking or eating, but I'm having so much of Rasamalayam from Chaitanya, from Sukadeva Goswami, I'm happy. I'm happy. Now, excuse me. My throat is not well, that's why I'm drinking water. In the chapter 1, 2-line summary of this 7th canto, In their previous lives, Shishupala and Dantavakra were Jaya and Vijaya, doormen in Vaikuntha. They came to the material worlds as demons because they offended the devotees. They offended the Chaturkumara, Sanaka Sanatana, Sanandana Sanat Kumara. Chapter 2, the summarization is Hiranyakashipu becomes angry over the Lord's partiality towards his devotees and thus sends demons to disturb the ceremonies of peaceful sages and others on earth. Okay, the third chapter, Hiranyakashipu desires to become the immortal, absolute ruler of the universe. He thus enters a valley of Mandara mountain and practices severe austerity. A blazing yogic fire eventually comes from his head and disturbs the population of the universe. See how he's doing. Now coming to the chapter 4, what the summarization of the whole chapter is. With the aid of benedictions received from Brahma, Hiranyakashipu conquers the universe and forces even demigods to serve him. He terrorizes everyone and everyone prays to Vishnu for relief. These are sum and bonum of these chapters. Now, today's verse is 7th canto, 1st chapter, 4th and 5th. So, the 7th canto, 1st chapter is actually, the title is the Supreme Lord is equal to everyone. That is, he is not partial, because Sugridam Sarva Bhutana Gyatva Mam Shanti Michhati. So, 1, 2, 3 verses which we have just completed, it says that Parikshit Maharaja is inquiring about the Lord's apparent partiality. So, Lord Vishnu is pure, equal, dear and friendly to everyone. So, how does he kill the demons and favor the demigods? This is the question. Now, the answer for this from Sukadeva Goswami is going to come from 4th verse to 12th verse. Because 4th to 12th verse, Sukadeva Goswami gives a philosophical answer. Today, what we are reading 4 and 5, here the sum and bonum is, this is a wonderful question about Bhagavan, Bhagavata and Bhakti. 3 things. One is the Supreme Lord, one is the Jiva who is surrendered and doing devotional service. The third one is Bhakti, that is devotional service. And from 6 to 12, the summarization, what will happen is going to happen is, Lord Vishnu is the controller of the 3 modes. People flourish according to the prominences of the modes. In the morning, we are in mode of goodness. When we go to office, we go in a mode of passion, we have to make money. Even when we come back home, we want to sleep, eating, mating, sleeping, defending. So in the mode of non-devotees. Devotees also, we get sleepy, after, because we are having this body, this sthula sharira and sukshma sharira, gross body and subtle body. Because of that only, we need to eat, we need to digest, we need rest, we get up, then we feel tired. And because of the 3 modes, again, we become more lazy, we become more passionate, we get all lusty desires, all this comes. So when we come to devotional service, we try to come out of first mode of passion and ignorance to the mode of goodness. When we are always in the mode of goodness, automatically we will know that we should not do any karma, because by stopping mode of passion and mode of ignorance, we are getting out of Rajogun and Tamogun. When we come to the Sattva-guna, we know that there is karma. Karma means we are getting some punya karma. And punya karma is like getting bank balance, millions of dollars, and getting into the heaven is going like Indra. You stay there, enjoy this, and you live for 12,000 years and all, everything. So when punya is over, it is like getting inside like Indra, and when it's over, Shine punya matalok, we'll become like a Sudama, beggar, come out. And again, we have to come to the material world. So going from Indra Loka or Swarga Loka to Vishnu Loka is difficult. Even from Brahma Loka also very difficult. Only few can go. But the only place is only the Mrityu Loka, because here there is a balancing act. There is karma, there is vikarma. So in the Swarga Loka, there is fully enjoyment, because there is only pious activities. And in the Patal Loka, It is only impious activities. That is sinful reactions. Sinful reactions also can come in the material world when you take birth as an animal, a goat or a pig. They have to suffer all the heat, scorching heat, and they have to suffer all the winter, ice cold. You go to the foreign countries, and the torrential rains that get wet. And on and above that, they get hit by vehicles and they die. So this is the way it need not be go to the Patal Loka. There you get beaten by the Yamadutas and all, but it may be in the material world as animal. So we learn from the scriptures that how we can remove karma, remove vikarma and do only akarma. Krishna has taught in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita that if we keep Krishna-centered activity, then we don't have to worry about any karma. We don't have to go to the higher planetary system. Bor lok, sur lok, mahar lok, jana lok, tapa lok, stati lok, and no vikarma, no atala vitala sutala talatal mahatala satu patal. We are only planning to go back home, back to God. So from 6 to 12, Lord Vishnu is the controller of the 3 modes. People flourish according to the prominence of the 3 modes, under the influence of time. Kala is there. But the Lord is not partial. He is Sugurdam Sarva Bhutanam Kyatvamam Shanti Michati. So this is the Samam Bonam of this chapter, is what we are studying now. Now what we will do is, today's verse, we'll dive deep into this. See, in today's verse, the wonderful thing is, Shukadev Goswami is first submissively praying to his Guru Maharaj, who is his own father, Vyasadeva. You know the background. Sukadeva Goswami was originally a parrot, and Sukadeva Goswami is Radharani's disciple. That's why in the Bhagavatam, he never used any of the name of Srimati Radharani. He never used, because if he uses once, then he goes into trance. And for 7 days, he will not wake up. Then Parishad Maharaj cannot go back, no? So that's why he said, I will not use my Guru Maharaj's name. I will just pray to her and write. So he had read Bhagavatam Srimati Radharani. Then once Lord Shiva was telling the whole Bhagavatam to Parvati Mata, he told his wife Parvati that I will be closing and telling the Bhagavatam. So after each canto ends, you must say, She said yes. And Sukadeva Goswami, like as a parrot, was sitting outside the door, and he was sitting in the tree. First canto, Parvati said, second canto, third canto, she said, and the 4th canto, she slept. And Lord Shiva is waiting for the and the same sound, Sukadeva Goswami, he was responding. 12 cantos over, and Lord Shiva opened his eyes, said, hey Parvati, how did you like the 12 cantos? She said, please excuse me, only 3 cantos I heard. After that, I was tired and I slept. Then who heard? She said, I don't know. Lord Shiva said, somebody was telling, went out and saw the parrot is there. He said, I'm going to kill you now. How can you just listen? I was telling my wife and you're listening. The parrot was running. It's all actually a leela. He went into Vyasadeva's house, and his wife, Vatika Mataji, she was yawning. And this parrot went into the mouth of Vatika Mataji. Finish. And Lord Shiva comes with the Trishul, trident, and telling Vyasadeva, did a parrot come here? Yeah. I want to kill him. He said, why? I was telling Bhagavatam to my wife, and how come this parrot listened without permission? Vyasadeva said, for Bhagavatam, there is no need for permission or invitation. Anyone can listen. No, I will kill him. First of all, he said, you cannot kill, because if he has heard 12 cantos, already got liberated. So he's already Amar. At another point, this parrot has gone into my wife's mouth, has gone to the tummy of my wife. So you want to kill my wife? No. He said, you are Vaishnavana Vata Shambho. How can you talk like this? Let the child already heard Bhagavatam from you. I am also telling Bhagavatam to my wife. So let it come out as a good, pure devotee. Like that only Sukadeva Goswami comes out. And he comes as a impersonalist. He comes out and actually he was not willing to come out. It was so many years, 10, 12 years he was inside the womb of Vatika Mataji, and he came out and immediately he ran. He was 14-year-old, 15-year-old. He went into the forest naked. And chasing him, Vyasdev went, where is my son gone? He went to the forest. And when his father came out, there is some Matajis taking bath in the river. And when Vyasdev went, they all were covering their body. And Vyasdev says, my son, he went naked and you didn't cover your, I am actually a grahastha, I have covered and you are just showing like this. They said that your son is a transcendental person. He doesn't know the difference between masculine and feminine. And you are a grahastha. So we will get always shyness. So this is all for us to learn what happens. Then Vyasdeva sent two of his disciples and said 2 verses. One was Barha Pitam Natarvapuhu Karnayoho Karnikaram Bibradbasa Kanakakabisham Vaijayantim Chamadam Randran Venu Adarasude Aporean Gopa Vrinde Brindaranyam Sapadaramnam Bravishadi Gita Kirti. This was in the 10th canto, the first canto, explanation of Barha Pitam, how Lord Krishna looks like, with the crown. Natavarapu, he is like a dancer. Karnayoho Karnikar, he is wearing Karnikara flower in his ears. Biprabhasa Kanakakabisham, and golden jewelries. Vaijayantim Chamala, Vaijayanti Mala is wearing. Randran Venu, having flute on his hand. Adhara Sudeha, Adhara from his lips are falling into the holes of the flute. Apurayan Gopavinde. The flute is very happy that drinking the nectar of Krishna's lips. Vrindaranyam, then by playing flute, he is come to Vrinda Aranya garden. Swapadaramanam, with his lotus feet on there. All the Brajavas are watching it. Krishna Balaram coming. Prabhishati Gita Kiti. And they are Gita Kiti. They're all Machita Madkata Prana, Bodhe and the Parasparam. Katen Testamam Nitam Tushyan teacher, Raman teacher. So this is 10th chapter, 9th verse. So devotees always are happy to discuss about Krishna, Krishna's topic, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's form, Krishna's dham, everything. So, and another one is about that, I'm not going to tell that about Putanas, Baku, that because we get good delay, I will be divulging. So by hearing these 2 verses, Sukadeva Goswami said, now I know Krishna has a form. First I thought he's formless. Then he said, I want to meet who can teach me all this. They said, come home, your father only will teach you. He comes to Vyasdeva and Vyasdeva gives the food. So he heard one from Srimati Radharani, he had heard from Vaishnava Nata Shambho, heard from Vyasadeva, who is the person who wrote all the Puranas, all the Bhagavatam, 18 Puranas, and he only wrote the Vedanta Sutra, everything. See, actually, Vyasadeva has done such a wonderful job. Nobody could do. See, why we are hearing Bhagavatam so nice? Why it is so nice? Because here, Sukadeva Goswami is submissively falling at the feet of the spiritual master. We also, as speakers, we are doing copycat, hearing from Prabhupada, Radharat Maharaj, Aptak Maharaj. We are just, so, at least I am not self-realized. So, but when Sukadeva Goswami heard from all 3 top, from Srimati Radharani, our Param Gauri Mata, Param Mata, from a spiritual mother. He heard from Vaishnava and Tashavan and Vyasadeva, who is the person who wrote everything. So he's realized, so self-realized, but still he was humble. He said, I'm just taking the blessing. I can only tell when my Guru Maharaj, he never said father. Vyasadeva will bless, I can tell. So we also always, that's why I say, Mukam Kroti Vachalam, Pangum Lange Te Gripta. By Guru Maharaj's mercy, even a lame person can climb a hill. The Guru Maharaj's mercy, Prabhupada's mercy, a blind can see. So, like that, he's always becoming humble. And Parishad Maharaj is such a great personality. He had seen Krishna when he was in the womb of Mother Uttara. But still, when this curse was given, he never rejected, he never shouted. The same with Chitraketu. The devotees will never fight. They will just accept everything from whatever curse comes, they'll take it because they take it as a mercy of Krishna. So Sukadeva Goswami never took the curse seriously. He could have actually cursed back because he's the king. But he thought, I'm getting a good opportunity. I'm getting 7 days time. Now, if I can follow this, then I can come back to Godhead. So that's why he submissively heard. And when he submissively heard, Sukadeva Goswami was so happy. Because Sukadeva Goswami himself submissively telling, I am telling as per my Guru Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj is asking more and more questions. The same thing was repeated. If you see in the 3rd canto, Vidura is asking Maitreya Muni that I don't know anything. But Vidura is Yamaraja. He is one of the 12 Mahajanas. But when Maitreya Rishi was telling, please tell me, I don't know anything. So the devotees have to ask. Don't never think we know everything. The same thing, the Naimisharana, all the rishis, they were asking Suta Goswami questions, 6 big questions. So the devotee should have always a humility, because humility is the solution. Submissive hearing can only the humility only can, without pride, can only give us success in our life. Submissive hearing is very important. So the more submissively Parikshit Maharaj was listening, Sukadeva Goswami wanted to tell, because he wanted to save him. Saving means not that he will be saving from death. He saved his soul, not going and getting entrapped in another body. He didn't want him to take birth again in the material body, in the material womb of another mother who is in the material mode. And he saved. In 7 days and 7 nights, one day he's asking, yes, Maharaj, how are you feeling? Are you feeling hungry? Then he told, no, that Pibata Bhagavatam, I'm hearing Bhagavatam and listening. I'm so much nourished. I don't want anything. And that's why Parikshit Maharaj, when he heard 7 days and 7 nights, he didn't eat, he didn't sleep. When everybody was sleeping, he was remembering what was told. That is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So he was getting nourished. So when the 7th day and night was over, when Takshaka came to bite, actually his Atma has already gone back to Godhead. So the Takshaka has bitten only a dead mortal body which was sitting there, that's all. So in each canto, if we just take a small version, what we are getting, in the 1st canto, in the Naimisharana, the questions of the Shaunaka Rishis to such Suta Goswamis were like this. And the answers given by Srila Suta Goswami is called Bhakti Yoga Nirupana. That is, Parishit Katha, Vyasa and Narada Muni Samvad. There is a Vyasadeva and Narada Muni Samvad is there in the Bhagavatam. Samvad Charitra. Kunti Devi and Bhishma Stuti. I'm telling about the first kind of what all covered. Bhishma Stuti about Supreme Lord. The return journey of Supreme Lord to Dwaraka, going back from Hastinapura to his 16th of 108 queens. And the Swagat arrival address of the Lord at Dwaraka. And Vidura Maitreya Samvada. Then the journey back home, back to Godhead by the Pandavas, and they hand over the kingdom to Parikshit Maharaja. And how Kali Yuga comes during the Parikshit's reign. How Parikshit Maharaja receives the curse from Shringi Muni, just selflessly accepting. Within 7 days, how Sukadeva Goswami assures Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaja to make him back home, back to Godhead. And how Maharaja Parikshit invited Sukadeva Goswami for the Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. So much humility. And superb question by Parikshit Maharaja for all of us, public. So there are 19 chapters. This is the Hotel Sambam Bonam of the 1st canto. 2nd canto, Sukadeva Goswami is answering all the questions of Parikshit and Parikshit Maharaja. And Sukadeva Goswami explains the yoga process for mukti, explaining Krama Mukti and how to give up body. Mangalacharan he's telling by Sukadeva Goswami, and Brahma Narada Samvad, how Brahma helped the Narada Muni, and what is Narada Muni in the previous life. He became maidservant's son, and he got all the big rishis. He got the remnants, and then he went to do pious act. He went for tapasya, and he could meet Narayana. And the previous life, he was a Gandharva. He was a singer. And just because there was an invitation for the Gandharva Loka people to go to for a Sankirtan party. So Narad Muni went with a lot of other Matajis and he started singing some material songs. And he got a curse that he will be born as a Dasi Putra. But everything is actually Krishna's plan. To become a great devotee or to go through some ups and downs, the Pandavas. Then the Katha of avatars of the Supreme Lord Krishna and 25 avatars they will show. And Chatushloki Bhagavata is in second canto, I think 19th chapter and 9th chapter and 10 chapters in the second canto. Third canto is telling the Supreme Lord Krishna comes as Shanti Doot to Hastinapura. And he gets insulted by Duryodhana. And Duryodhana says, Ye Gwale ko pakado. Krishna said, Gwale ko pakadna, pakad lo. Lord started going. And when all those Sainiks came to catch him, Vishwarupa was shown. And Duryodhana, Dursasana, Karna could not see. But Dronacharya and Bhishmacharya, they all saw. They are all good people saw. Due to insult of Krishna by Duryodhana, Vidura left the Graha and he went for Tirtha Yatra. During Tirtha Yatra of Vidura, he met Uddhava. Uddhava was explaining that Krishna was remembering you when he left his body. And Vidura said, I am so fallen and now Krishna remembered me. The same thing happened, Srila Prabhupada, when he left his body, when he went back to Godhead, he gave his ring and told Tamal Krishna Maharaj, give this ring to the singer, George. What is that? Boy George. The singer. So then when he gave that Govindam Adipurusham who wrote, no? Govindam, Harrison, George Harrison. So when he got initiated, he said, what is my initiated name? Srila Prabhupada said, your name is Harrison only. No, I want some Das. Harrison. So he said, George Harrison. He said, your name, if you change, the public will not understand. So let it be Harrison. So he got initiated with the same name. He helped Prabhupada in many difficult times. He just take $5,000 and gives it. He gave a villa for ISKCON temple. So many things he gave. So when Prabhupada gave this ring, he said, I'm so fallen. Prabhupada is giving his ring to me. So same thing Vidura also reflected. And when Uddhava was telling about Krishna, he said, now Maitreya Muni has come. So if I tell you in front of Maitreya Rishi, he is senior and I am younger. So it will be Maryada Vyatikrama. So he said, you listen from him about Krishna's pastimes, his dham, everything. When Maitreya Muni came, Vidura was asking very, very small questions. So now in the third canto, he was asking basic question for our benefit. It's not that he doesn't know. And you have to become very humble and you should never think you know. The moment you think you know, that means you don't know. When the pure devotees give, you must take it very, very humbly. So then in the third canto, the Supreme Lord Krishna comes as Shantidut due to the insult of Krishna by Duryodhana. Vidura Grata and Vidura is going for Tirtha Yatra, Vidura meeting with Uddhava and Vidura Uddhava meeting, discussion on Lord Krishna. Then Vidura Maitreya meeting, and now only we are going through that, and discussions on Krishna, Vidura and Maitreya Samvad in the second canto, third canto and fourth canto. So you will find always three speakers. Sometimes Sukadeva Goswami, sometimes Sutta Goswami, sometimes Maitreya Rishi. So Vidura's questions to Maitreya related to creation, Srishti. So the creation, Brahma, an explanation of Virat Rupa. So Sarga is the real creation is made by Krishna only. Aham sarvasya prabham atta sarvam pravartate. So he only sent Mamaiva Amsa Jivaloke. All the Amshas he said, you give them body as per their desire. And Brahma did the secondary creation, Visarga. And Virat Rupa has been explained. Appearance of Brahma in lotus navel of Vishnu and creation. And Varaha Avatar, saving of Bhuma Devi and killing Hiranyaksha. And creation of Devata, Asura, human being by Diti and Aditi. Kashyap Muni had two wives, Diti and Aditi. From Diti, he got all the Daityas, Asuras. From Aditi, all the Adityas. So Devatas, Asuras, human beings, animals and birds. Then the appearance of Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa. They were actually together only, but they became father, mother, and they created the lot of creation. So their daughter is only Devahuti Ma. And Devahuti marries Kardamuni and gets Kapil Deva, who is an incarnation of Krishna. Then he made that yoga. So the tapasya of Kardama and Pajapati, appearance of Supreme Lord as a son of Kardamuni, Kapil Dev, and Kapila Upadesh to his dear mother Devahuti. And the third canto completes with Kapila advice, 33 chapters. And in the last sloka, it is Nama Sankirtan Mekya Sarva Papa Prashanam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanam Tam Namami Hariparam. What we hear, 12th canto, last chapter, last verse, the same thing has been told by Kapila Deva to Mother Devahuti. Ashtanga Yoga may hear, but finally it comes to Bhakti is the final door to go back to God. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Canto 4, the creation of the Marichi and other Prajapatis by Brahma, the appearance of Lord Shiva. When the 4 Kumaras said, we won't have any family life, we want to be just Krishna's devotee, Brahmaji got annoyed because of the anger he got the child. That's why Shambhu came called Rudra. Though Shiva is son of Brahma, but Brahma goes and falls at the feet of Shiva because of these are all Leelas, where Shiva is Vaishnavana Meta Shambhu. And when the churning of the ocean came, Brahma was told to take the poison. He said, no, I will die. Shiva took it. Why Shiva took it? Shiva was always chanting Ram, 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 Ram. So when he took Visha, when Visha was going, Ram was stopping. Which Ram? And nothing happened. So this is the appearance of Shiva and Daksha. And the fight between Daksha and Shiva, insult of Dakshayani in Daksha Yagna and giving up life. Then Sati gives up her life and body in Yagna Kunda. The life of and Charitra of Dhruva Maharaja will come. The life and character of Prithu Maharaja. The discussion with Prachina Barhi and Narada and Puranjana story, and Canto 4 will be over. Canto 5 is Manu Maharaj's first son, Priyambrata Maharaja's birth. Then Priyambrata Maharaja's son is Nabi. And Nabi's son is Rishabdeva. He is also an incarnation. He is an avatara. And then Rishabdeva had 100 sons. The first son is Bharat Maharaja, becoming a deer because he didn't have association. Then as a deer, he was doing Bhagavatam here, hearing Bhagavatam and doing Ekadashi. He became Jadabharata. He was totally detached. Then discussion between Jadabharata and King Rahuguna. Rahuguna wanted to kill him as a punishment because he was carrying his palki. But then when he was told, what is your last desire? He said, my last desire is I want to tell you that you are killing me, but you should know that why I jumped. He said, I jumped because if I trample some ants, my Papa will come to you. So I wanted to save you from sins. Then he became his disciple. So Sukadeva Goswami explains about Brahmanda and the creation of the Dweep, ocean, mountain, rivers, and other 14 planetary systems, Swarga, Loka, and hellish planets. 5th canto, 26 chapters. 6th canto, after hearing about Naraka, the question of Parishit, Harinama, Mahima, and Ajamila, Upakyanam, and the Prachetas, Prajapati Daksha's birth, and 10 daughters were born, all births and of Indra Brahaspati and Indra's wife. The Indra marries his guru's wife. Indra is making Vishwarupa as guru and kills. And then he goes for Narayana Kavacha, appearance of Vritrasura and his fight with Indra and Indra's war with Vritrasura. And then he, Kashimani makes his wife Diti to do Pumsavan for 1 year. And she makes a mistake. Indra comes, immediately goes into the womb of Diti, and he kills one child and becomes 49. So you heard it already, 6th canto, 19 chapters are there. They become friends. Canto 7, Maharaja Yudhishthira Jigyasa for whose Agra Puja. So Saradeva nominated Lord Krishna for Agra Puja. But everybody was accepting, but Shishupal was rejecting and insulting, calling 100 bad words. Because he has promised his mother that he will not kill till he tells 100 bad words. And then Hiranyakashipu, Narada Muni narrating, then Shishupala's past life, the fall of Jaya and Vijaya, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha's birth, Katha, and Bhakta Shiromani, Prahlad Maharaja's full Canto 7, other than 10th Canto, which is only about Krishna, 7th Canto only about Prahlada. So Narada's discussion with the 4 ashramas, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa, and that is Canto 7 is 15 chapters. Canto 8 is the facts of Manvantaras, Gajendra Katha, Gajendra Moksha. Previously was Indradumna Maharaj, then Vamana, then Dhanvantri, then Gajendra Moksha, Samudra Manthan, and Devasura fight for Amrita, Kalasha, and Mohini Avatar, because Shiva wanted to see Mohini, and Bali Maharaj's Katha, and Matsya Avatar, and Canto 8 is 24 chapters. Canto 9 is main description about the 2 great dynasties, Surya Vamsha and Chandra Vamsha. Surya Vamsha, Sri Ramachandra, Ikshvaku, Pururava, Katwanga, Mandata, Saubhari, Sri Ramachandra, Bhagavan, Nini Maharaj, Janaka appearance, and then is Chandra Vamsha is Sri Krishna Chandra, Bhrigu Vamsha, Parashurama Avatar, killing all the Kshatriyas 7 to 21 times, Chandra Vamsha, Buddha, Pururava, Yayati, Nakush, Nahusha, Dushyanta, Bharat, Shantanu, Bhishma, Yadu dynasty, son of Yayati. So 9th Canto, 24 chapter. 10th Canto is Parishad Maharaj's main questions of appearance of the Supreme Lord. Sukadeva Goswami's answer to 90 chapters are there in this. And Lord Krishna's appearance in the womb of Devaki and Vasudeva, Krishna from the womb of Devaki, Balarama from the womb of Rohini, and another Krishna is coming from womb of, many people don't know about Yashoda from Yashoda. It's called Brajanandan Krishna. He never leaves Vrindavan. So whenever Krishna comes out for Mahabharata and all, it is Vasudeva Krishna. When he goes there, they merges. So they're taking care in the house of Nanda Baba, the killing of Putana, Shakatasura, Trinavarta, Bhakasura, Vatsasura, Dhenukasura, Pralambasura, Kaliya Dhamana, and then Kripa on Yajna Patnis. And Kaliya Dhamana again saved the Matajis. Then Maharshi, then Maharas, Gopi Gita, then Kamsavadana, education from Sandipani Muni, liberation of Jarasandha, and army of Yadava, the new creation of Dwarakapuri, Krishna's elaborate discussion of different marriages, 16,108 wives. Actually, 8 only the main queens. 16,108 queens are of one of the king. Killing of Shishupala and Poundraka, Kalanemi and Dantavakra. These are the great Asuras. That's why he didn't kill Jarasandha for a long time, because he wanted to kill all the people. And after 18 times he killed. So that's what Bhima only kills. Parashura Muni, killing of Muradaman, Pandava's friendship with Krishna, then Kurukshetra Yatra, Canto 10, 90 chapter. Canto 11, small one, downfall of destruction of Yadu dynasty, Navayogendra, the sons of Rishabdeva meeting with Nimi Maharaja, beautiful questions, Uddhava and Krishna, beautiful Uddhava Gita, Krishna's special advice to Uddhava, and Srimad Bhagavatam, Shri Krishna Sudama Gamana Yatra, Golok Vandana, 11th Canto, 31st chapter. Last 12th chapter is the Lakshana of Jivas, living entities. In Kali Yuga, what will be the situation of living entities? Suffering and the situation of living entities described nicely. 4 types of Pralaya. Maharaja Parishit wants to know Divya Dhama, the Tamana, and the distribution of all the Varnashrama Dharma, appearance of Markandeya Rishi. Markandeya Rishi sees the Maya Mukunda, 12 cantos summarizing overall Anupravasa of Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaja. Same thing Suta Goswami also heard from Saunaka Rishis, also heard same from Gaura Krishna Maharaj. This was all told by Gaura Krishna Maharaj. I'll send you once. You can also hear all the 12 cantos. Fantastic. And after 6 months, he went back to Godhead. 2017, he wrote. March and November, after sannyas, he went back. He's a disciple of Radha Govind Maharaj. So whoever hears this Srimad Bhagavatam on Ekadashi Dwadashi gets liberated, and Mathura, Dwaraka, Vraj, and Pushpar, and Srimad Bhagavatam full Krishna Lila explanation. And Sukadev Atmananda sang the song of Mangala song, and these are all the total thing. And totally there are 18 Puranas, Brahmanda Purana 10,000 slokas, Padma Purana 55,000 slokas, Vishnu Purana 20,000 slokas, Shiva Purana 24,000 slokas, Srimad Bhagavatam 18,000 sloka, Amala Purana, Narada Purana 25,000 slokas, Markandeya Purana 9,000 slokas, Agni Purana 15,400 slokas, Bhavishya Purana 14,500 slokas, Brahma Vaivata Purana 18,000 slokas, Linga Purana 11,000 slokas, Vara Purana 24,000 slokas, Skanda Purana 81,100 slokas, Vamana Purana 10,000 slokas, Kurma Purana 17,000 slokas, Matsya Purana 14,000 slokas, Garuda Purana 19,000 slokas, and Brahmanda Purana 12,000 slokas. So there are 4 lakh slokas, but Srimad Bhagavatam is a summary of all Puranas, Sara of all the Vedas, and Ruchi is the highest, and Srimad Bhagavatam is Sarva Shrestha. Thanks to everybody. Thank you. So actually, I have to go for the program. Please don't feel bad. No, still there are 5 minutes left. And actually, there's not much to speak in this. This is only telling that how we should be humble. I had so many other points about Srila Prabhupada, what he has written. Maybe I will write it and send it in the night. But I have to go. Maharaj is waiting. So don't feel bad. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Yeah. Yeah. I went very fast, so please excuse me.
Sorry, I was talking. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Dandvat Pranam. So you nicely, even though you have very short time and not able time to prepare, you have nicely summarized each part of the things and told what are the important aspects. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Do you have time for questions, Prabhu, or we just...
We can close, Mataji.
Close, Mataji. Yeah.
Actually, Maharaj
Yeah.
is waiting down.
Yeah.
And
Vancha
I'll have to go.
kalpa
Please.
tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha pattanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. The motivation ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Ki jai. Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu ji ki jai.
Guru Maharaj ki
Prabhu
jai.
Das ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Bol.
Sorry, please. Excuse me, I didn't complete you properly. So thank you. Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga.
Thank you,
Nityananda,
Prabhuji. Hare
Gauranga.
Krishna, Hari Bol.
Jai Shri Radhe Shyam, Sabka Mile Vrindavan Dham.
Jai. Thank you everyone for joining today's class. We'll close the call.